is a smart move by Tottenham. Great pass by Everton. Bursting run from Carr. And then the £11 million man, Rebrov, striking it quite sweetly. Leeds United stunned. Well, it could be put down to a goalkeeping error by the Scottish international. Sullivan almost scored a very embarrassing own goal, flapping it onto his own post. And Viduka showed the predatory instincts he had at Celtic. The same instincts which persuaded David O'Leary to spend £6 million on the scoring Socceroo. Whipped home by Mark Viduka. What a turnaround. Everything that Mark Viduka touches turns to goals. Well, credit to Kelly. He hit it. He hit, he hoped, and Viduka meant that. He's going to take that goal. It wasn't a deflection. It was a well-timed interception. Well, if he keeps going, he could get a 60-second hat-trick. Whenever Alan Smith scores, Leeds United win. That's a fact. A rampant Leeds United, 1-0 down at half-time, struggling for players, but they've come out in the second half and they've been so mean-spirited. This wasn't the defending of a George Graham team, though, was it? Smith, the smallest man in that ruck of players, emerging to score his... Well, it's quite a game, isn't it? Wonderful delivery from Darren Anderson, hardly went above head height, and Perry emerged from the ruck to make it 2 goals to Tottenham. Retaliation for Leeds' 3 second-half goals. Game on. Matteo. Bowyer. Free header. Awful defending from Tottenham, and Smith makes them pay. He had the freedom of the Tottenham penalty area then. And with the sharp, cruel form that he's in the moment, Tottenham were made to pay big time. Look at that, there wasn't a player within a couple of yards. Where was his marker? Something George Graham will be screaming at the inquest. It all happened in the blink of an eye. And nobody quite knows what's going on. The referee's checked with his assistants, and I think they're claiming this had gone over. You need Andy Gray's machine to work this one out. Was it in, Andy, or was it not? The referee's assistant says yes.
And onside. Mark. Shearer! Alan Shearer. A goal from open play for the first time this season. Solano picks out the skipper. It's Manchester City 0, Newcastle.
Aloisi and Bellamy, and Shipo is arriving on the scene too. Youssef Shipo, Aloisi, and he's still there, and it's going to squirm over the line, and Coventry have taken the lead in the Valley. The softest of goals in the end, but a classic counter-attack. Here's Bellamy. Well held by Dean Kiley. Riley's throw has found Jensen. He looks for Johansson. Hepburn's coming in himself. Oh, off the bar, but Andy Hunt can't miss, can he? No, he can't. Charlton are level. If one of them doesn't get you, the other one will. Paul Telford, his hand went up. Now, Rob Stiles summoning Rufus towards him. And it's a yellow card. It's Craig Bellamy. Straight down the middle. Bellamy scores his third goal for Coventry. All of them have come away from home. Eustace whipped across the face of goal from Carlton Palmer, who left Steve Brown trailing behind him on the floor then. Shields. Stewart. Shields. Richard Shaw's header. Back in by Powell. Oh, what a goal by Jonathan Johansson! There's just no stopping him at the moment. Johansson continues his sensational scoring spree.
Alan, a strange game, but no doubting your powers of...
Why?
Veridison ridden one challenge with some ease. Alexanderson stopped him, but only momentarily. Naylor! Oh, he headed it down, and it's simply zipped off the surface. This is Magilton. McGreal! Yes! The man who began his career across the water at Tranmere Rovers has headed Ipswich ahead at Goodison. Rose high and headed powerfully. Good turn by Campbell. It's a Naylor. Marcus Stewart's in the centre calling for it! 2-0. It's an awful error by Everton, but clinically exploited by the newcomers. Watson won't want to see that again. Naylor had a look here, and he knew where he had to put it, and he did just that. This is Gravison. Gascoigne! Well, he's been at the heart of the few good things about Everton this afternoon. Oh, Unsworth, what's he doing? Stewart! It's got to be free. Oh, he's missed it. But in. He went the long way round. And Ipswich are 3-0 up, and listen to the boos. Ipswich are heading for their first victory here at Goodison Park since the days of Mariner and Brazil and George Burley 20 years ago.
The report from the Dell.
More heart, pleaded Borough's travelling fans as Southampton pressed early on. There's a section of them who make no secret of their grievances about a club they believe should be doing better.
I think it's the tactics. Tactics stink completely. They're impatient. Definitely. Big impatience. Very big impatience. The crowd's really starting to get disillusioned now.
A lot of Southampton fans were, on the other hand, delighted with the club's pre-kick-off announcement about Glenn Hoddle's contract running to July 2002, also formally dissolving Dave Jones's association with Southampton. It was a day of contrasts. Hoddle and Robson, Old England mates and opposite styles. The little club with the big heart playing host to the big spenders who don't win enough. But despite reports of discontent last week, Alan Boxic showed every sign of commitment in a display of the striker's arts that had Brian Robson purring.
He's top draw player, you know, and we're delighted to have him within our club. He's enjoying his football. We're pleased that he keeps scoring goals because, you know, that's going to make him happy and it's going to make all of us happy.
But it had been all Southampton to begin with. Matt Letitia headed straight into Gary Walsh's arms. Dean Richards had a couple of clear opportunities with his head too. Then after 17 minutes and out of nothing, the sheer class of Alan Boxic conjured up the lead for Borough. And from then on, the Saints' defence looked nervous every time he got the ball. But that didn't stop Southampton peppering Borough's goal, but Gary Walsh was in brilliant form. In fact, Gianluca Festa's deflected 32nd minute strike came from only Borough's third serious attack. Claims for an Ince foul were ignored. Borough were 2 up and that much nearer to an elusive away win. In the second half, Southampton had more chances beaten away by Walsh. And when they did beat him, they couldn't beat the upright. Until, with just 10 minutes to go, Marian Pahars was found totally unmarked at the far post. Would this be another do-or-die Southampton revival? Well, the celebrations had barely died down when they gifted Boxic his second goal, and Borough the result they'd craved and for all Southampton's pressure deserved.
Do you think that, given fitness, this is the best squad you've had at Borough?
Yes, I do. I think we're pretty well equipped to go better than what we've ever done before while I've been here.
We're getting there. As I said, we are. When you've done this with other players from different countries, it's always hard to gel straight away. So it'll take time for that to do that. But this result today goes a long way to us, doesn't it?
That's the way it goes, isn't it, in football? And as you say, on a day when I've committed myself to this season and next season to the club, which I'm delighted about. But no, on the day, we did have enough chances to win the game. We certainly deserved a point out of the game. But you've got to say that their finishing and the difference between the two sides is 1-5 with Boxic. And if he stays injury-free, he'll be there or thereabouts for Player of the Year at the end of the season.
At the end of a match full of contrast, Borough had found their heart, and a great player had showed why he could become a Teesside hero.
Yes,